What's up? We got The Flash, Season 2, Episode 5, The Darkness and the Light. So this episode starts off with on Earth 2, where we see Earth 2 Will having a press conference, but that's when talking about his new technology. But that's when Jay Garrick, aka The Flash, shows up and starts saying, tell these people about how you created Zoom. And he's like, he created Zoom. And he's like, why don't you do your job, Flash? So then we cut to present day, where we see Earth 2 Well reading a book about the other well. And he's like, wow, your autobiography, we didn't even write it. And Barry's like, well, Cisco Ramon Caitlin Snow, meet Dr. Harrison Wells from Earth 2. And they're like, and it's an awkward hi. Yeah, that is awkward. So, yeah. Yeah, so he's like, so you're the doppelganger of the man that murdered Barry's mom and is also responsible for both Ronnie and Eddie's deaths. But she's like, but Caitlin's like, then Dr. Wells, we knew, because that was Dr. Wells was taken over by the Reverse Flash, which was what earmarked on, and Eddie's distant relative from the future. And then Earth was like, I didn't get any of that. He's his own man. He had nothing to do with the murder mom or his friend Ricky. And then Caitlin's like, his name was Ronnie. And he's like, him either. I love this Earth 2 Wells already. So yeah, so Joe tries to shoot him, and Barry's like, put the gun down. And he's like, why are you still alive? How is he still alive? And Earth was like, I don't know, because you missed. And Barry's like, hey, I'm trying to get you not to shoot. I'm trying to get him not to shoot you Earth 2 Well. So he's like, hey, what was all that about? And he's like, that's the same. He moves and acts and sounds just like the guy who killed his mom. And he's trying to urge himself not to kill him. And he's like, what? Wow. And he's like, wow. And he's like, Dr. McGee did say that she saw Will at Merkle House. And Barry's like, what? Barry's like, why didn't you tell me this? And he's like, I didn't believe that she actually saw him. So, yeah. So that's CC Jitter. So, yeah. So that's CC Jitter. We see Barry. So, yeah. So Cisco's like, use his lab. Do all this. And he's like, use his lab. And he's like, thanks. Sarcastically, because we all love this Wells now. Because he's like, sarcastically, because we all like this Wells now. So yeah. So he's like, what are we gonna do with New Wells? And he's like, let's call him not New Wells. Let's call him Harry. So he's like, yeah, about what we're gonna do about Harry. Okay, so I'm gonna call him Harry for the rest of the show. So, yeah. So then Cisco gets a vibe about a new metahuman. A new metahuman. And yeah. So then we see her, and Harry reveals that her name is Dr. Light, and she was given the power, and by the particle accelerator explosion on his Earth, she was given the power, Starlight. And then Jay comes in saying, we're not going to lure Zoom anywhere. And she's like, and he's like, wow, the Earth 2 Flash, the Earth 2 Flash, hiding from Zoom. Well, he's like, I'm not hiding from Zoom. And he's like, yeah, so Barry goes to fight Dr. Light, only to discover that's Earth 2. It's Linda's Earth 2 doppelganger. And when Barry says Linda Park, and she's like, how do you know her name? And he's like, this is a mistake. So she blasts out of there, making Barry a blind man. So now, guess what Linda wants to? She wants to kill Earth 1 Linda, so she can take Earth 1 Linda's life, so she can be Earth 1 Linda. and that's what Adam Smash wanted to do. He wanted to say he killed his doppelganger. So they're like, she's a thief, not a killer. And he's like, he spent years hunting Zoom, and Harry's like, ha, Zoom hunted you. You spent, Zoom hunted you. He doubts himself because of you, Garrick. And yeah, so Cisco, so he's like, so Harry's like, he's a metahuman, Barry's a metahuman, Caitlin's not a metahuman. Yeah, Caitlin's not a metahuman. So he's like, when you were gonna tell us? And he's like, I was gonna tell you, thanks a lot, Harry. I love that name, Harry. So he's like, thanks a lot, Harry, and I love Tom Cavanaugh. He's like, thanks a lot, Harry. So he's like, yeah. So he's like, okay, oh, okay. So yeah. So he's like, so yeah. Also, so Linda, well, Jay's like, you can't trust Wells. They get attacked by Dr. White. She kills the news editor of the CCP, of Central City Picture News, and she's like, Linda, I want your life, and the only way is to kill you, Linda. But then Jay just runs in and says, hey. So she's like, I thought to carry you outside. So yeah, so Barry decides to speed in and say, hey, you killed a guy. And she's like, it's on accident. And she's like, they don't have to kill you. And he's like, yeah, that's not happening either, so we're both out of options. So he says, so they capture her. She starts a speed mirage. So yeah, so Barry goes, I forgot to mention, while Barry was blind, he decided to go on a date with Patty Spivot. Yes, Barry is finally getting a girlfriend after Linda. I hope they don't McKenna Hall her and make her just a character that just leaves in the end. Don't McKenna Hall her show, because I will be... Don't make her a cop that Barry dates and then she just leaves, because I don't want to have another McKenna Hall situation. Remember McKenna, where she just dated Oliver and then just left? After like a 4-episode arc in season 1. Yeah, so Barry finally goes on a date with Patty, but he gets his sight back, and yeah. So then we see Zoom, and then we also see Wally's daughter. Yeah, well, Harry has a daughter. We'll get to more about her later, but Harry has a daughter. Yeah, so Harry has a daughter on her too, who got captured by Zoom, and she's and she's like, your father left, and she's like, her father is the smartest man alive. He'll save her, and he'll kill him. And Zoom's like, I will not die. Zoom will not die. And Zoom just speeds out there. Sorry for my Zoom impression. I do a better next season villain when we get to season 3. But my Zoom impression isn't all that well masterpiece. But yeah, but that was episode 5. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I just love Harry. I love Harry Wells. He's one of the best Wells. He's so hilarious. He's really funny. And I like Cisco's like, our Wells may have been evil, but you're just an ass. I love Cisco. I also love Harry. Both the characters, they're my top POVs for season 2. I think Eddie and Barry were my season 1 favorites, but now season 2, it's Cisco and Harry. Cisco and Harry are my favorite. Harry Wells is my favorite Wells for this season, and Cisco is just hilarious. I almost said funny, but he's hilarious. He's hilarious. But anyway, that was it for this video. I'll see you next time when we review more of The Flash. And also, I feel like Linda is kind of overused now. I like her. I feel like she could have left the show when Barry and her broke up, because she kind of doesn't do anything anymore. She's just there with Iris. Like, why do we care about that? That's my opinion. Why do we care? I get it, we cared when she and Barry were together, but I felt like she could have just left season 2. I'm not against her actress, but I just don't like Linda in this season. But that's it. See you next time. More on The Flash.